New strains of the coronavirus have people asking the question, will this impact scientists' ability to make an effective vaccine?
Jamie Perez got the answer.
Doctors now know about two strains of coronavirus. What they call the S strain originated in China, an L strain mutated in Europe. Dr. Nasia Softar at UW Health says the L strain is more aggressive.
It made it more efficient in terms of being able to transmit easily from person to person compared to the other strain. But the symptoms seem to be less severe, potentially.
The coronavirus has the ability to replicate and mutate quickly.
It's evolutionary, so the virus will have a response to when it's circulating in people, depending upon what it finds when it reaches its host. So if there are antibodies in the host, for instance, to a particular strain of virus, that will put a pressure on the virus to evolve so that it avoids those antibodies so that it can still infect the human.
So do multiple strains impact the ability to come up with a vaccine that can cover them all? Dr. Softar says at this point, no.
Now, you can't predict or necessarily preempt every mutation that the virus will have. But I think it's useful to have learned over the last 6 months, is it mutating to the point where we think that a single developed vaccine will not be effective? And that doesn't seem to be the case.
Scientists and researchers are still working to come up with a vaccine. For News 3 Now, I'm Jamie Perez.
And we will keep following closely when a vaccine becomes available.
Sunny, less humid day today. We could see a cool down. Let's check in with Gary Canalti and his first warn forecast.
Well, that'll just bring temperatures back to around normal in the lower 80s, but it'll certainly feel more pleasant for a few days. Visible cloud track shows plenty of sunshine across the state today after the morning clouds moved out. Yesterday's thunderstorms are now in Michigan and moving away from us. The next batch of thunderstorms really hasn't started to develop, but it will do so to our north and west and maybe affect southwestern Wisconsin late tonight. Temperatures right now in the lower to middle 80s, 84 in Janesville, 82 in Madison, 80 up in Camp Douglas north of the Dells, but the dew point temperatures are in the upper 50s to lower 60s, so the air is less humid. That will lead to clear skies this evening, turn partly cloudy overnight, maybe a slight chance for a shower or thunderstorm southwest of Madison overnight. Then for tomorrow, look for a little better chance for some scattered showers and thunderstorms. High temperature at 81, humidity levels, though, still not too bad, but if you're waiting for the heat and humidity to return, it'll be in the extended forecast. I'll have more in a few minutes.
All right, Gary, thank you. The Dane County Medical Examiner's Office has released the name of the woman found dead on Wednesday. Officials say 27-year-old Kiara Lopez from Madison was found in a wooded area in the 200 block of Nygaard Street Wednesday morning. Town of Madison police say they are investigating the death as a homicide. The Medical Examiner's Office says results from the autopsy are pending.
A man wanted in the death of a toddler in Crawford County has been arrested. Deputies say that 29-year-old Chase Harville of Prairie du Chien was taken into custody this afternoon after authorities found him in the woods. The sheriff's office is investigating the death of a 3-year-old boy that happened this morning. Harville left on foot from the scene before he was captured. Sheriff Dale McCulloch said that he could face a first-degree reckless homicide charge.
A man has been arrested following a stabbing at Peace Park. Madison police say 34-year-old Billy Langford could face first-degree intentional homicide charges. Officers say it happened yesterday afternoon. Langford is accused of stabbing a 53-year-old Madison man. He ran from the scene but was spotted boarding a Madison Metro bus. The victim is recovering from surgery and remains in the hospital in stable condition. Madison police warn the city is at the start of an alarming trend of gun violence after shots fired incidents spiked in the last few months. In the past week and a half or so, Interim Chief Vic Wahl says the department has collected 150 shell casings from shots fired across the city. But data from recent months shows the spike is starting to become a trend. Officials say the number of shots fired incidents during the second quarter of 2020 increased by 80% compared to last year. There were 29 shots fired incidents in June alone. That is the highest monthly total recorded since tracking began.
It's clearly a very disturbing trend. It's very alarming to us. And with that quantity of gunfire and shots being fired in the city, we're very fortunate that there weren't more fatalities and that there haven't been more injuries.
All of those incidents are being investigated by the Violent Crime Unit. And coming up on News 3 Now at 6, Madison City Council proposes a ban on non-lethal weapons used by Madison police. Chief Wahl will share his thoughts on the possibility of those measures at 6.